recording the lesson. Everyone is muted, and I want us to first, again, go over main idea. So I'm going to use some markers, and I'm going to show you for the ostrich passage, just because there's really not room for me to write on the screen for you to understand it. So I really just want to look at number 1, which sentence best states the main idea of the paragraph. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to box my keywords. So I'm going to box the word best, and I'm going to box the word main idea. So if you did not do that on your packet, this is your time to do it now. I know it's the main idea question because it's explicitly saying, what is the main idea? There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So again, sorry, I was letting someone in. I'm going to read the passage, and I'm going to underline specific things. So if I'm looking at the picture, I see it's talking about an ostrich. So I know my main idea has to do something about an ostrich, and my passage is about an ostrich. So if I read this, it says, an ostrich will either run, fight, or hide when in danger. While it cannot fly, it can run up to 40 miles per hour. It can also use its strong legs for self-defense. An ostrich will kick with a force mighty enough to kill a lion. When danger approaches, an ostrich will often lie low to hide, stretching its neck along the ground. Its colored feathers blends in with the sandy soil where it lives. Okay, now look at what it's telling us right here in this little light bulb. That's like one of your little hints to help you identify what the main idea is. Okay, so the main idea describes what the paragraph is mostly about. So if I think to myself, I'm going to underline some certain things. I see the word danger. I see the word self-defense. I see the word danger again. Okay. So I know my main idea has to deal with something about it defending itself. So if I have my main idea, it's what the entire passage is about. Okay, again, I know this is going to be backwards, but it says, again, main idea, entire passage. So if you don't have this down, I want you to write this down because I'm not writing it down with you. This is extra help, okay, with main idea. Now, I need to think to myself, what was this passage telling me, okay? So my first detail, detail 1, I see it's talking about self-defense. So I know self-defense is protecting myself. So my one detail would be I'm protecting myself. I also see the passage is talking about hiding when in danger. So again, hides when in danger is my second detail. And then my third thing that I see is that it can't fly, but it has really strong legs. So uses its body for protection. Yes, Janasia.
I don't know where to put it.
Do you have like a scratch sheet of paper next to you or no?
It's in my desk.
Okay, yeah, so I'm just using scratch paper. See how like I don't have it on my packet? So I'm just using scratch paper to come up with like my outline, I guess you could say, to determine what the passage is about.
Okay.
Okay, good question. And I'm going to find Serenity because I know she had a question too.
So can I go get my paper at the front?
Yeah, if you need paper, go ahead and get it. Okay, so Serenity, I'm gonna keep going though, and then I'll hold this back up for you if you need it. Okay, so I'm gonna give you like 2 minutes and I'll read it to you again. These are just me kind of like thinking out loud to myself, what is the passage telling me? So I see the passage is telling me that ostriches protect themselves, that they hide when they're in danger, and that they use their body for protection, meaning camouflage or their legs or their speed, right? So camouflage, we know, is how they blend in with their surroundings. Okay. All right. Now, based on the 3 things that I pulled out of my passage, I know that I keep seeing the word protection and danger. So I know that it has to deal, my main idea has to deal with ostriches protecting themselves from being in danger. Okay. So if I look at my answer choices, it says while it cannot fly, it can run up to 40 miles per hour. I know that's not telling me anything about protecting myself or being in danger. Yes, Kaylee.
I didn't finish when you were showing up your paper. So can you show it up again?
Yes, I can. And then you can also, let me find myself so y'all can see it. Yeah, I'll just hold it up and then I'll just keep going if that's okay with you guys and girls. Okay, so while it says, while it cannot fly, it can run up to 40 miles per hour. I know that that doesn't have anything to do with like protection or defense. It just tells me that it's a really fast runner. It can use its strong legs for self-defense. Okay, well, that was one of my details, right? So again, this is just helping me understand that an ostrich uses parts of its body for self-defense, which was a detail. And then I'm gonna go back and do my process of elimination. I'm just holding this right now so you can all copy it down like it's the board. C says an ostrich will either run, fight, or hide when in danger. Okay, well, I know that's a possible answer because it is talking all about protection in our paragraph, or an ostrich will kick with force mighty enough to kill a lion. Okay, so again, I know that not being able to fly doesn't have to do with protection, because typically birds will fly away if they need to be protected from themselves. Like for example, when I'm walking my dog and I approach a bird that can fly, it'll start running and then fly away so it doesn't get hurt. It can also use its strong legs for self-defense, but we underline that as a detail. So I'm gonna cross off B and I'm gonna put a D next to it for detail. Because a lot of the time with these questions, they will give you the detail trying to trick you to think it's the main idea. So what I like to do is even though it's a detail and I should be putting no evidence, I like to cross it off and put D because it's gonna help me identify what my main idea is. C says an ostrich will either run, fight, or hide when in danger. So this is overall telling me some of the things that they do when they're in danger. And then it goes and tells me what they do. So C is going to be a possible answer. D, an ostrich will kick with a force mighty enough to kill a lion. Okay, well, the whole passage didn't tell me about its feet and its legs being mighty enough to kill something. So I'm going to cross off D, but you know what? That's also a detail. So if I wasn't sure if C was the answer, this is just reinforcing that it is. So it tells me how it uses its legs for self-defense. It tells me how an ostrich will kick with force mighty enough to kill a lion. And then also a detail is A. I missed that, I'm sorry. Because it's talking about its speed, how it can run away from danger. So A, B, and D are all details of how an ostrich will protect itself when in danger. So C has to be our strong possibility in our answer. Okay, I'm gonna put the paper down. And I'm gonna give you like 45 seconds and I'll show the timer for you all to finish your process of elimination. This was again from the UDO from yesterday. But I understand main idea is really confusing. So I just wanted to go over the overall main idea of the passage. Serenity, 1 second. Yes, Serenity.
Okay, so like it's so C is trying to just tell you that all the things it can do.
Okay, so essentially C is telling you like, okay, let me go over this again. So A is a detail, okay? So A is telling us how it protects itself when it's in danger. B is a detail because it also tells us how it protects itself when faced with danger. Same with D. If it's mighty enough to kill a lion, it can most likely kill other animals that are trying to attack it as well. So C, it's telling us an ostrich either runs, fights, or hides when it's in danger. And if we go back into the passage, it also says, so it says, cannot fly, can run up to 40 miles per hour. It will use its strong legs for self-defense. And then when danger approaches, an ostrich will hide. So that's those A, C, B, and D are just the examples from the text telling us how an ostrich protects itself when in danger. So because it's talking about danger and what it does to protect itself, C would have to be the answer. Yes, Janasia.
Like at the bottom where it says bonus, what is that for? Like,
Oh, that you don't have to do.
oh, I already did it.
Okay, well that's just extra practice. That's good.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to clear my screen, and then I want us to get into context clues, okay? So I am clearing this. Let's all turn to where it says 430, 4-30, context clues. I am going to model and do 1 and 2 for you. We are going to do 3 and 4. And then your Kahoot is 5 through, I think it's 10. Yeah, so your Kahoot is questions 5 through 10. I cannot say this enough. You all have really got to do the UDO in the packet, especially when it comes to context clues, because we're going to be doing TKI charts. So in the Kahoot, it just says, what does tremble mean? Or like, what does this word mean? I couldn't fit the entire passage. So that's why I'm telling you all for every single Kahoot you do it on the packet first, okay? Now, if I look at my first question, it says, what does trembled mean? Okay, well, if I see an unknown word and it says mean, I know that I need to identify the definition. 1 second, Kaylee. Yes, my dear.
When people, my mommy doesn't let me go on Kahoot. She just takes a picture of it
No, that's fine.
and then she sends it to you.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That works too. But it just reinforces the fact that I love that you're doing it in your packet. Like if you are having technical difficulties with Kahoot, you don't have to do the actual Kahoot. Just do it on your packet like Kaylee does and have someone from home send it to me. And then that will count as your you do. Thank you for sharing, Kaylee. That's a good idea. Okay, so now I'm gonna look at my question 2. Again, I see an unknown word, duplicated. So, and if it's asked me the meaning of duplicated, I know I need to come up with a definition or a synonym of that word. So I automatically know I need to use my TKI chart. I already recorded tomorrow's lesson and I did TKI charts for you also. I know it's backwards on the screen, but I read to you what I was saying. So if you need to go ahead and go like pause what you're doing when you're watching tomorrow's lesson, because I don't know if it's going to come up backwards or not, but I did do tomorrow's lesson in your TKI charts for you. So with number 1, I know I'm going to have to make a TKI chart. And we remember the T is for what the text says. Our K is for anything we know. And our I is our inference and what we think the word means. So automatically I'm going to put trembled under my I with an equal sign. Under no, my K, I'm going to put words known. So I can identify specific words from the passage that I know. Yes, Janasia.
For the second one, do we have to do the same thing that we did for number 1?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Sanaya.
Never mind.
Okay. I don't know who iPad 0484 is, but yes.
What are we gonna put under the T?
Oh, the T, that's the text says. We don't know yet because we haven't read the passage. Yeah, sorry, Soph. Okay, so I'm gonna clear the my markings of my questions and I'm gonna go into my text and read it. And I'm gonna be underlining above and below, AKA before and after the word trembled. So follow along with me. Hugo, do a cartwheel. Hugo held out his palms and shrugged. He doesn't know what you mean, Dale said. Can you do a cartwheel? Yeah. Hugo, Seth is going to show you a cartwheel. Seth put his hands, lunged sideways, and did a cartwheel with sloppy form. Hugo, Dale said, obey Seth's next command. Hugo, do a cartwheel. The golem raised his arms, lurched to one side, and completed an awkward cartwheel. The ground trembled. Pretty good for your first try, Seth said. He duplicated yours. Hugo, when you do a cartwheel, keep your body straighter and aligned on a single plane, like a turning wheel, like a wheel turning. Hugo, do a cartwheel. This time, Hugo executed a nearly perfect cartwheel. His hands left prints in the field. He learns fast, Seth exclaimed. So now I need to think to myself, what words are around trembled? Okay, so I need to go into my text. I'm going to underline where it says the ground trembled. Now, I know the word ground, so under my K, I'm going to put ground. Under my T, I'm going to put the ground trembled. Yes, Kamani.
Can I like put for each question for the answer would be?
Say that to me one more time, hon.
Can I put like the numbers for each question on the
Okay.
text?
Yes. So now I need to think to myself, what do I know about the grounds? And what do I know when someone lands on the ground, okay? Yes, Janasia.
So the ground, it was shaking.
Yes, right? Okay, so we know when we land, so based on my K, I know the word ground, right? If
Yes.
I'm doing something and I land on the ground, I know that when I land on the ground, it may shake. So under my K, I would write when I land on the ground, it might shake. One sec, Theodosia. And then Serenity, I'll be with you right after. Yes, Theodosia.
Can I answer number 2?
Can you answer number 3 for us instead? Because I'm going to be modeling number 1 and 2, but I'll have you answer number 3, okay? Yes, Serenity.
Are we supposed to put word no like you did on your charter?
I would like you to, because it's going to help you with your background knowledge and determining what the word means.
Okay.
Okay, so the text is telling me the ground trembled. I know when I land on the ground that sometimes it might shake. So trembled must mean shake. You can also think to yourself, like I think to myself, where else have I heard the word trembled used? So for example, like his legs trembled with fear. I know his legs aren't going to tremble with fear. I know his legs aren't going to sigh with fear. I know his legs aren't going to woke up with fear. So that means trembled would have to be shake. Same with the ground. I know the ground does not tumble. I know the ground does not sigh. And I know the ground does not wake up. So if you're not sure, the best thing you can do is do your fill in the words with your answer choices to see what makes sense and what doesn't. Hold on 1 second. Mine just disappeared. Okay, technical difficulties. Apologies all around. Looking at, yes, Janasia, 1 second, hun. Yes.
Can we box shake?
Yes, we're gonna go through our process of elimination right now, yes.
Okay.
Did you have another question, Janasia, or no?
No, I hit it on accident.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so process of elimination. We know the ground does not tumble. We know the ground does not sigh. And we know the ground does not wake up. So based on our inference chart and what we have found in our text, we know our answer has to be B, shake. Okay, again, looking at question number 2, we automatically know that it has to be a TKI chart because we marked up our question, we boxed the word duplicated, and we know that mean is asking for the definition of that word. So I am going to automatically make my TKI chart. And under my I, I'm going to write the word duplicated because that's my unknown word. Put my equal sign. Yes, Serenity.
So are we supposed to put word though on the second one?
Yeah.
Like,
Yes. Your first one and second one should look exactly alike, except for the words underneath it, essentially. So the next thing I need to do, I need to go into my passage and look for where it says duplicated. So I see it says in my text, the golem raised his arms, lurched to one side, and completed an awkward cartwheel. The ground trembled. Pretty good for your first try, Seth said. He duplicated yours. So I'm going to box where it says duplicated. And I need to keep reading above so I can understand what the word duplicated means. Please stop unmuting yourselves because all it's doing is causing extra noise and distraction to others. Thank you. So if we can't handle the Zoom, you're just not going to be welcome back if you keep messing with the sound. So it says, Seth put his hands, lunged sideways, and did a cartwheel that was sloppy, right? They are saying the same thing, awkward cartwheel. So the text is telling me, it says, he duplicated yours. That's what the text is telling me. So under my T, I have he duplicated yours. I know, based off of what I see in the text, that Seth and Hugo both did sloppy cartwheels. So again, Seth and Hugo both did sloppy cartwheels. Now, if I'm talking about cartwheels or something that two people are doing and they both did this about the same, I know that duplicate means to replicate or to do the same thing. So I would say replicate, do the same, or copy. And what I forgot to tell you, and what we all need to keep in mind is, 1 second, Serenity, is that this inference is our blind answer. So the TKI chart is essentially your blind answer, but most importantly, the I is your blind answer. All right, go ahead, Serenity. What's your question?
My question is, so do we exactly have to copy yours, or like we could like do something else that like completes the sentence? So
As
like
long
say
as you have something that's similar to what we have, then that's fine. It doesn't have to be word for word, but it does have to be very similar. So looking at my inference, I need to match my inference to one of my answer choices. So again, I'm going to clear my screen. I'm going to go up and look at 1 and 2. Well, I know that, Serenity, did you have another question or no? Maybe I just forgot to lower your hand. Okay. Did you have another question, Serenity?
no.
Okay. Go ahead, Janaisha. What's your question?
Like when you mean same, is like copy for like another word for it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So based on what Janasia has just told us, we know that if he's doing the same thing, he's not sitting still. The only reason it would be the same is if Seth was sitting still. Give me 1 second, Shania. Okay, yes, Shania, what's your question?
Your name is not Shania.
Oh, sorry, who is this one? Who is this? LG. Is it Ayana? Hold on. Unmute yourself, sweetie, and then ask your question. There you go.
This is
You just cut out. I can't hear you.
Unmute myself. Not try.
Okay,
Let's
there
do
we go.
it.
Yes.
Do you know what T? But for T, do you know what it is?
He duplicated yours.
Okay.
Is that Ayana?
Yes.
Hi, sweetie. I'm sorry. You and Shania have the same username, so that's why I thought it was you. I'm sorry.
Oh, this is opposite.
Okay, so again, based on what our TKI chart says, we know that he is not sitting still because that's not what Seth did. So we can cross off A, because we also know that sit still does not mean the same thing as copy. We know he didn't jump because jump and copy do not mean the same thing. So B is no evidence. So we should have crossed off A and B, and I'm going to clear them because I'm going to scroll down to the next set of answer choices. C says copied and D says took. Well, I know that copied was under my I for imprints, so I'm going to cross off took and circle copied because that is what my text was telling me. Serenity.
I can't otherwise see your eye.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is that better?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Janasia.
I do not know where's the other answer choices for 2.
Okay. Flip your page. So it should be on this right behind it. So you see how you have all this space here?
Yes.
Okay. Go like this and flip your packet. And then it should be like up here.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Take about 30 more seconds to finish copying this down.
Okay.
Thank you, Nasia. Thanks, Yolanda. Thanks, love. All right, I see lots of thumbs up. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, good. And remember, you can always go back and watch the YouTube link if you are still confused after we go through the lesson to kind of watch it again without trying to copy things down that I'm doing. If that's going to work for you, that's fine. Yes, Kaylee.
Miss Stewart.
Yes, Miss Hunt.
Um, do you send our parents the links or
Yes.
like?
No, I send it through Remind.
Oh, okay.
So I'll upload the video and then I'll send out the YouTube link through Remind and then the Kahoot link. And again, if you don't do the Kahoot like Kaylee, just have your family take a picture of it and send it to me. Yes, Sanaya.
Is you do 5 through 10 or just 5 through 8?
5 through 10.
Okay.
Yes, Soph.
Question that Sanaya asked.
Okay, wait, hold on. Say that one more time for me. Okay. Okay, thank you. Love, what is your question? Hold on, let me unmute you. All right, Love, what was your question?
My question is, you know how and we still on the read the following passage, right?
Yes.
You said that they said the same words where you put the arrow. When they're both saying cartwheel, each time, are they like saying sloppy or awkward?
Oh, so sloppy and awkward are essentially the same thing. So if it's awkward, it doesn't look good. It's not like neat and clean if you're moving your body in a certain way, right? Same with sloppy. If it's sloppy, think of like gymnastics. if you've ever watched the Olympics, in the Summer Olympics, and you watch the girls like Gabby Douglas and Simone Biles, they do the gymnastic routine, right? They would lose points if their routine was not really like perfect. So essentially it's saying it's awkward, it's sloppy, and since they look the same, he copied what the first person was doing.
Okay, because when you said that they said sloppy 2 times, I was like, what?
You were confused. Okay, yeah. Good question. Yes, Sanaya. No? Sanaya, no? Okay. Whoever is drawing on the screen, you need to stop. Yes, Janasia.
About that Kahoot link, is it for math or?
You get 2 a day for math and for reading, and I'll tell you which one is reading, okay?
Yes, because my mom said that she had got a text message saying that it was a math Kahoot link.
Yeah, so Miss Halliman sends one as well.
Okay, because it had came from you. She was like,
I
which
know.
one is it?
I know. Serenity.
My question is,
Wait, hold on. Okay, ask me that one more time. I'm sorry.
my question is so it's like when we do our TK, I chart, are we supposed to like have like a big space or a little space?
As long as you can read it. Mine is obviously really big just so you all can see it. It's like how Miss Stewart always writes really big on the board. I could put it on next to my question, but I wanted it to make sense to you all with like the lines. So that's why I did it on a side piece of paper. Okay. Now, I am going to give you all 1 second, Niking. I'm going to give you 5 minutes to answer questions 3 and 4. And then 2 people are going to walk me through each question. 1 person for one question, 1 person for the other. Yes, Niking. Honey, I can't hear you. Okay. Yes. Ayana, what's your question?
For Kahoot, do you know the thing password?
Now, I'll send you the game pin also. I'll send you the game pin and the link for it.
Okay, because I don't have the password.
Okay, I'll send it to you, okay?
Okay.
Yes, Niking.
There was green circles on the screen.
I know, honey. I don't know who's drawing on the screen, but whoever it is, it needs to stop.
Okay.
Thank you for telling me. You all have 3 minutes to finish. Yes, Sanaya. Why is this not letting me unmute you?
Yeah, but
Okay, Sanaya, what's your question?
my question is, I don't understand question 3 because it says Henry, and I'm reading
this other story, and it doesn't say Henry in it.
Okay. Yeah, so let's talk about this one, Sanaya. So in the story it says Henry executed the perfect cartwheel. What does the word executed mean? So Sanaya, what's the first thing I need to do? If it's asking me the meaning of a word, we automatically need to do what?
Box the word executed.
Right, and what do we need to do on our paper besides that?
We need to put a TKI chart.
Beautiful. Good. So what should go under I, Sanaya?
Executed.
Perfect. Executed equals. Now, because it doesn't say it in the story above where it says Henry executed the perfect cartwheel, we're going to have to use our sentence to determine what executed means, okay? So what should go under our T, Sanaya?
Henry executed the perfect cartwheel.
Perfect. Yeah. So we can go ahead and underline where it says Henry executed the perfect cartwheel because that's what our T is telling us. And I'm going to go ahead and write a T above that. So under our T, Sanaya told us we need to write Henry executed the perfect cartwheel. Okay, now Sanaya, looking at that sentence, I'm gonna hold up my paper in 1 second. Looking at that sentence where it says Henry executed the perfect cartwheel, what words do you know in that sentence?
Henry did the perfect cartwheel.
Okay, yeah, so our key word for right here is going to be perfect. We know what the word perfect means. So under our K, we'll write words known, and we know the word perfect. So if I'm executing the perfect cartwheel, I am doing what, Sanaya?
You're doing it right.
Yeah. So we know that Henry did a cartwheel correctly. So executed has to mean what, Sanaya?
To do it right.
Perfect. So do you see how Sanaya just used the words in her sentence to help her understand what the word executed meant? She knew what the word perfect meant. So if you're doing it perfectly, it must mean you're doing it right.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, Kaylee.
Can I do number 4?
Why don't ya?
Yay.
Yay. All right, I'm going to clear this. And then, Kaylee, will you please read for us question 4, the little blurb beforehand, and then tell us what we need to do?
Okay.
Hold on 1 second. Let me answer Cherish's question. Yes, Cherish.
Can I do number 5?
Well, you all are going to do number 5 through 10 on your Kahoot. but on Tuesday, you'll be the first one I call on. Just remember for me, okay? I'll make a note also.
Okay.
Okay, thank you for offering though. All right, Kaylee. Let me unmute you. Okay, Kaylee, go ahead and read for us and tell us what we need to do.
Okay. It says, my sister and I prepared in a
Hard,
5K
not prepared, but hard.
run.
Good, participated.
Participated in a 5K run at the local park. The run was really fun because a lot of our friends were there, but it was hot. I was so thirsty as we ran. When I reached the first water station, I took a big gulp
Mm-hmm.
from the cup. It cooled me off and gave me enough energy to keep running. And now,
Well, hold on. Can you read us the question?
yeah. Okay,
Okay.
so what does the word gulp mean as is used in this passage?
Perfect. What do we need to do to our question?
You need to box gulp,
Perfect.
and then you need to underline mean,
Good.
and is that it?
For the question, yes.
Okay, now you're gonna write your TKI chart.
Perfect. And what goes under our I?
What goes under your I is globe equals.
Good job. Yes. Very good job. So I'll hold up what Kaylee told me to write. And Janasia, go ahead and ask your question.
Can I do 5?
Okay, so you all are doing 5 through 10 for your Kahoot. So yes, you can do 5, but I'm going to have you do it on your own.
Okay.
Okay. Now, Kaylee,
Yes,
what's our text telling us?
your text is telling you I took a big globe from the cup.
Okay. And there's one other thing that the text is telling us, Kaylee. Why did you take a big gulp from the cup?
Because
1 second, whoever's shouting my name out.
because it was hot and I was thirsty.
Good. So it's hot outside. So the text is telling us she took a big gulp because it was hot outside and she was thirsty.
Yeah.
Very good. All right, Kaylee.
Yes.
What goes under our K? What do we know?
You know the word thirsty and hot.
Okay, so we know the words hot and thirsty. And what do we know about hot and thirsty?
Um,
If I'm really hot or thirsty, I'm going to do what? If I take a big gulp, it means I'm taking a big what of water?
A big sip.
Good. So that means gulp must mean what, Kaylee?
A big sip.
Very good job. Oh my goodness. Okay, give me 1 second and then I'll answer. I see that the hands are up. Just give me a second for people to copy this down and then I will answer your questions for you.
So, Miss Stewart, I can leave and do my Kahoot since it's done
In a minute, yes.
right now.
Now I said in a minute. I will end the meeting when it's time for you to leave.
Oh, sorry.
Hi, love.
Who said that?
I said hi, love.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, who keep on right on the screen?
Okay, relax. Okay, I gotta put this down so I can mute people again. Oh my.
Bye.
Okay, so Kaylee, walk us through the process of elimination and then we will be done for the day. Yes, Serenity, what is your question?
My question is about the day I missed. Can I do it on the weekend and then take a picture and send it to you?
Yes.
If you leave.
Okay, I don't know why people are shouting out, can we leave? You don't leave class when this lesson isn't over, so I don't know why you're asking me if you can leave now. Yes, Diana, what do you need, my dear?
For Kahoot, are you gonna send me the thing on Zoom or Messenger?
Messenger.
Okay.
So do it all over again,
No.
Miss Stewart?
Give me 1 second. Janasia has a question. Yes, Janasia.
Since they had kicked me out and being annoying, what is the number 3 answer and 4?
We haven't done 4 yet, but number 3 is to do it right.
Okay.
So Kaylee's going to now walk us through our process of elimination for question 4. Go ahead, Kaylee.
Okay, so do you want me to do it all over again like I said?
No, I just want you to start from because you said our I is to take a big sip. So start with answer choice A. What do we need to do to A?
Oh, we need to cross off A because she's not taking a big bite of something because she's drinking water.
Good. What about B?
B, she's not taking a big piece because you can't take a big piece out of water.
Good. What about C?
See, a big sip, that's a strong possibility because she's drinking water and she was really hot and thirsty and she took a big sip.
Good. And what about D?
D, you can't do that. Just cross it off because
Can you
I don't
ask
even
water
know.
a question? Can you take a big question from a cup?
No, because there's
Good.
not a question mark in the cup.
Good. Good. So our answer
And
does have
C is our answer.
very good job. Kiss your brain, Kaylee. Awesome job. Everyone go ahead and give your brain a kiss. You all worked really hard today.
Kaylee, great job. Round of applause.
Thank you, Lovey.
Now, you are going to do questions 5, 6, 7, 8,
8.
9, and 10, just like you did with me using your CKI chart. You are going to answer the questions on the packet, and then you are going to answer the questions on Kahoots, okay? Now, I will not see you all tomorrow, but you will see me through my lessons. Same with math. It's going to be recorded only. And I will send the YouTube link for tomorrow and the Kahoot link for tomorrow through Remind or Messenger as well. And then I will see you all on Tuesday. So I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. I miss you all so much. Awesome job today. And I will see you all on Tuesday, okay?
Bye.
I missed you.
Stop it.
Bye.
Bye.
Be quiet.